Wish you all very happy New Year, very happy wish you once again. Bowing down to lotus feet of our Sadgurunatha, His Holiness Maharanyam Sri Sri Muralidhara Swamiji, by the grace of Madhuri Sakhi Sameda Premikavada Thakurji, by the grace of Ponnu Guruvayurappan, we are really blessed to learn Narayaniyam. This is canto number 23, and no matter how many times we chant the shloka or hear the meaning, it is always feels so fresh every time. As we are reading Bhagavatam and Narayanam and Ramayanam and so forth, we are always in Amrita Kundam, it seems. We are always, in the pond of nectar. And so this is what gives, life, the juice, and we feel always energized and enthusiastic. And each day we attend satsang, we get more energy and our vitality grows. And so this satsang is a great bhagyam for us. And today also another lovely story. Many times in Bhagavatam you may have heard the story of Chitraketu and Vritrasura, the 4 shlokas of Vritrasura showing the highest Sharanagati tattva. They are very famous, and that is one of the things in today's chapter. It's packed with many stories. As Narayana Bhattadri, he has condensed the Bhagavatam this is from 6th canto, starting from chapter 4 itself, and then it goes up to 12 or something. So about 8 or 4, many chapters, not even 4, it's like 16 chapters, like so about 10 chapters worth of stories condensed in one canto. So you can see how packed it is. Let us begin. Beautiful canto number 23. ḍakṣa charitam Chitraketopakyanam Vrittravadhavarnanam Marudutpatti Varnanam cha. All these stories are there. So Shri Krishnaya Parabrahmani Namaha. prāchetasastu bhagavannaparō hi daṣakam tvātsevanam vyadhita sargavivṛiddhikāmaḥ āvirbabhūvitha tadā lasadaṣṭabāhustasmai varaṁ daditha tāṁ ca vadhūmasiknim. prāchetasastu bhagavannaparō hi daṣakam tvātsevanam vyadhita sargavivṛiddhikāmaḥ āvirbabhūvitha tadā lasadaṣṭabāhustasmai varaṁ daditha tāṁ ca vadhūmasiknim. Bhagavan, hey Guruvayurappa, Bhattadri is talking to Guruvayurappan and writing Narayana. That is why this is so powerful. prāchetasastu bhagavannaparō hi daṣakam. So Prachetas we saw the story of Prachetas in the previous chapter 19 itself. So Prachetas, they were the sons of Prachina Barhis, and they were 10 of them. They are collectively known as Prachetas. They are highly sharp, so they are called Prachetas. And they married Indra's daughter, and then they had a son called ḍakṣa. This ḍakṣa is not the other ḍakṣa where we see the story of Sati Devi and ḍakṣa. That ḍakṣa is the son of Brahmaji. This ḍakṣa is different. Okay, so that's why it says aparō hi daṣakam, another ḍakṣa. So prāchetasastu bhagavannaparō hi daṣakam tvātsevanam vyadhita sargavivṛiddhikāmaḥ. He performed your seva. He performed your worship. Why? To have children and start a family. Before entering grihasthashrama, which is a pottakanara, it is a bottomless well. Before entering grihasthashrama, the great people of at that time, they always used to do tapas and get a kavacham around them, so that whatever this grihasthashrama will throw at them later, they are able to withstand. So they always do tapas first, and then only they get married and then settle down. We saw Kardama Prajapati have done like that. We saw Prachetas have done like that. Now ḍakṣa. So before entering grihasthashrama, he is doing tvatsevanam vyadhita sargavivṛiddhikāmaḥ. This is also Bhagavan's will, that we should get married, we should have children, and keep the creative creation going. We should do our part to keep that creation going, right? So that is why our parents get us married, and then we have to continue that tradition. So like that, ḍakṣa, sargavivṛiddhikāmaḥ, he has to also get married and have children. So before that, he's first doing worship of Bhagavan. And then Bhagavan is pleased with him. Bhagavan appears before him. āvirbabhūvitha tadā, lasadaṣṭabāhustasmai. Bhagavan appeared with eight hands, beautiful ashtabhuja, holding the divine weapons and having beautiful benevolent smile and blessing his devotee. Bhagavan blessed and said, I am pleased with your devotion. You shall have a beautiful bride called Asikni, and you both will have many children. Like this, Bhagavan blessed ḍakṣa. It's a very beautiful stuti, very meaningful. Whenever we study that in Bhagavatam, we study in detail. So, āvirbabhūvitha tadā lasadaṣṭabāhustasmai varaṁ daditha vadhūmasiknim. So Bhagavan blessed him. Then ḍakṣa, now with little courage, is entering grihasthashrama. tasyātmajāstvayutamiśa punassahasraṁ śrīnāradasya tava. tasyātmajāstvayutamiśa punassahasraṁ śrīnāradasya vachasā tava mārgamāpuḥ naikatravāsamṛiṣaye mumOcha śrāpaṁ bhaktOttamastvṛiṣiranugrahameva mene. tasyātmajāstvayutamiśa punassahasraṁ śrīnāradasya vachasā tava mārgamāpuḥ naikatravāsamṛiṣaye mumOcha śrāpaṁ bhaktOttamastvṛiṣiranugrahameva mene. tasyātmaja. So ḍakṣa got married to Asikni, and then they first had 10,000 sons. Now these 10,000 sons ḍakṣa sent to get married and then to get again entangled in grihasthashrama and multiply creation. So all the 10,000 together went. But at that time, Narada Muni came. So Narada says, don't you know what is the real purpose of life? Don't you understand that this karma that your father is sending you to do, it is going to make you get entangled in more and more samsara. Why are you getting entangled in this? Kim asat karma birbhavet. This sloka will come. As you keep chanting, this word will come. Kim asat karma birbhavet. Look at if you have Bhagavatam 6.5.10 lane 20 where Narada giving advice to these 10,000 children of ḍakṣa. Narada says, don't you know, this world is all a creation of Maya, of Bhagavan. This Maya has two forces. One is creation, one is dissolution. It has opposite forces, like the river caught in opposite currents, and the jiva is always trying to swim and fight his way out and to get to the other shore, and is always getting caught in this Maya. Knowing this, why do you want to get entangled in grihasthashrama and engage in this wasteful karma? So one shloka like that. Panchavimshati tatvana purusho adbhuta darpanam adhyatmam abudasyeha kimasat karma birbhavet aishwaram shāstramutrijya bandhamokshanudarshanam vivikta padamajnaya kimasat karma birbhavet. ஒரு ஸ்லோகத்துல Narada giving teaching. and telling kim asat karma virbhavet. Are you getting caught in asat karma of getting married, getting children, again dying, again being reborn? So don't get caught in this samsara. Study the scriptures and understand the true purpose of birth, and put all your energy and do dhyana on Sri Hari and attain him in this very birth. Do not get married. Appadine Narada came and 10,000 sons called together were called Hariyashvas. They also had one name. Those, like our children, each children, one likes music, one wants to be engineer, one wants to be artist. Not like that. All the children are they are in harmony with each other. They are always united and harmonious, and they are same. So they have just one name. Prachetas means all 10 were same way. And here they are 10,000 of them, they are all same, they are called Hariyashvas. And so Narada gave advice and all of them understood. And then they all said, they did pranam to Narada and they went away. They never came back home to Appa, Daksha. They never saw them again. Narada sent them to renunciation. And Daksha is saying, what happened? Then he understood it is Narada has done this. Anyway, he controlled his temper and again he created more children. He had more children. Again, another 1,000. Śrīnāradasya vachasā tava mārgamāpuḥ tasyātmajāstvayutamiśa punassahasraṁ. Another 1,000 he created. And again, send them also to the forest for meditation and then to get married and get entangled in samsara. Again Narada came. Again he gave more similar upadesha. I only sent all your brothers to the forest to do dhyana on Sri Hari. You should also do the same way. Like this, Narada told this other 1,000 children. They also understood. Okay, we won't get caught, and they also went. And then ḍakṣa became really, really angry, and so he cursed Narada Muni. naikatravāsamṛiṣaye. naikatravāsam. You cannot be in one place for more than one muhurtam. Narada has to keep wandering. He cannot stay in one place for more than 1 hour. naikatravāsamṛiṣaye mumOcha śrāpaṁ. Daksha has given the śāpa to sage Narada. And so Narada cannot stay in one place for more than 1 hour. He has to keep going. And so this curse Daksha gave. But Narada Muni, bhaktOttamastvṛiṣiranugrahameva, he is a Uttama Bhakta. And the Rishi, anugrahameva mene, he only took it as an anugraha of Guruvayurappan. Very good. If I do not stay in one place, I won't get attached to that place. If I stay longer, I will get attached. Therefore, I am very happy saying like this. Narada keeps wandering, playing his veena and say Narayana, Narayana. He keeps singing Narayana Nama and he goes from place to place and establishes Bhagavata Dharma everywhere. Happiya Pandrar. He didn't even take it as a curse. He says it's anugraha. It is Sri Hari's anugraha. So, like that, the first 2 shloka telling about the curse of Narada by Daksha. Then Daksha created 60 daughters. So, ṣaṣṭyā tadā duhitṛibhiḥ sṛijataḥ duhitṛibhiḥ tasya savishvarūpah tvastotravārmidamajāpayadindramājau devatvadīya mahimā khalu sarvajaitrah ṣaṣṭyā tadā duhitṛibhiḥ sṛijataḥ duhitṛibhiḥ tasya savishvarūpah tvastotravārmidamajāpayadindramājau devatvadīya mahimā khalu sarvajaitrah. And from them creation multiplied. They are all very beautiful, noble daughters, and there is described how their creation progressed. So, duhitṛibhiḥ, one of his daughter's grandson, ḍakṣa odu daughter, odu son. ḍakṣa, daughter, son. So ḍakṣa's great grandson, he was called Vishvarupa. Duhitṛasūnurata tasya sa Vishvarupaha. This Vishvarupa is going to be important for us as the story will be connected later. So, ḍakṣastvatsevanaṁ. This Vishvarupa, he became the guru for the devas and he imparted a great hymn called Narayana Kavacha. This Narayana Kavacha, Vishvarupa taught to the devatas. And this Narayana Kavacha mantra is very auspicious, and by reciting this mantra, Indra attained victory. Indra attained great strength and fame. So, your devatvadiya mahima kalu sarva jaitraha Guruvayurappa, your glory indeed gets victory over all. Your glory is, so great, and everyone gets victory. That is your greatness of your glory. Devatvadiya mahima kalu sarva jaitraha. That Narayana Kavacha is coming in Bhagavatam 6.8. Bhagavatam students, we all know that the beautiful, it's like an armor protection around us, Narayana Kavacha. It is, and this mantra was taught by Vishvarupa to Indra. Om āvirbabhūvitha mama sarvarakshaṁ yastangri padma paragendra prishte tarari charmasi gateshu chapa pashan dadanoshta gunoshta bahu. Oru shlogam very beautiful. Let our Sri Hari protect our body. Let Hari protect my hand. Let Hari protect my leg. Let Hari protect all my limbs. Let Hari protect me when I am flying in the plane to India. Let Hari protect me when I am in the water. Let Hari protect me when I am on land. Like this, with every shloka, Bhagavan, it teaches us to pray to Bhagavan and get protection from all dangers. So that is the very beautiful Narayana Kavacha mantra. Ada vandu oru line la avan Narayana Bhattadri just said that in Narayanyam. Ṭvatstotra, that stotram, your stotra, it brings victory for all. Ṭvatstotra varmidamajābayadindramajavu devatvadiya mahima kalu sarva jaitraha. Your glory conquers, over all enemies. So, like that, Narayana Kavacha, Vishvarupa teaches. Then, now the story goes to story of Chitraketopakhyana. So here, prāchetasastu kila Chitraketuhu putragrahi nripadi angirasa prabhavade labdvaika putramata tatra hate sapatni sangaihi amuhyadavashastāvamāyayāsau. Again, very important story packed in 4 lines. prāchetasastu kila Chitraketuhu putragrahi nripadi angirasa prabhavade labdvaika putramata tatra hate sapatni sangaihi amuhyadavashastāvamāyayāsau. Shurasena Minadi, once upon a time, Shurasena, in the kingdom of Shurasena, Kila Chitraketuhu, there was a Raja called Chitraketu. Putragrahi, he wanted a son. Chitraketu had many wives, 1,00,000 wives. Those days the kings would marry many times so that, one queen didn't give children, maybe the other one will like that. They keep marrying until they get son. This Chitraketu had 100,000 wives but no children. And so he was putragrahi. So many years he's pining to have a child. Nripadir Angirasa Prabhava. At the time, Angiras Muni, he came, and Angiras Muni, he blessed. So with the blessing of the Muni, Labdhaika Putramatha, they got a son. one of the one queen out of all the 100,000, one queen became pregnant, and then she gave a beautiful son for the king. And so both are very happy, that queen who gave the son and our Chitraketu. And Chitraketu Raja is always spending time with this queen now and with that new son, and he's so delighted. After so many years, he got a son, and so this queen and Chitraketu are always happy and spending time with this little son. But guess what? Tatra hate sapatni sangaihi, the other wives got jealous, and they said the king is always spending time with this queen, and so they got jealous, and they cruelly, they killed this child out of jealousy. So this little child, whom the king and the queen loved so much, it was heartlessly killed by the other wives. Labdvaika putramada tatra hate sapatni sangaihi avuhyat avashastava mayayasau. The grief was unbearable for Chitraketu. He's pining for this son. It was worse than before now. Before he never had, it was not so bad. Now after getting one and losing, it's terrible. He is devastated. This king and the queen could not be consoled, and they are put ke ro rahe that the child died. Again, our Bhagavan is so full of compassion. When a jiva is suffering really in this transmigratory cycle, Bhagavan sends a Gurunatha. So Narada and Angiras Muni again came to visit Chitraketu Maharaja. Tam naradastu samam angirasa dayaluhu samprapyatavadupadarsya sutasya jivam tasyāsmi putra idi tasya gira vimoham tyaktva tvadarchana nripadim yayunta. This shloka, it would do something to me even at that age. I was only 18 or 17. Even at that time when I read this shloka, something would happen inside me. I couldn't explain to you. It is so powerful, this shloka. Tam naradastu samam angirasa dayaluhu samprapyatavadupadarsya sutasya jivam kasyasmi putra iti tasya gira vimoham tyaktva tvadarchana vidau nripadim yayunta. Muni and Angiras Muni again came out of compassion, dayaluhu samprapya tavad upadarshya sutasya jivam. They saw, they tried to console Chitraketu. Chitraketu did not even recognize who has come. The same Angiras Muni had only come before and blessed with the son. And now again he has come. Angiras Muni, when Chitraketu is asking, who are you? Angiras said, you did not recognize me? I came first. At the time itself, I wanted to give you Jnana Upadesha, but you were more keen on getting a son. And so I blessed and I left. But now I want to, help you deal with this dukkha. This dukkha that you are dealing with. A devotee of Guru Ayyappan should not have to deal with such dukkha. But remember, all this is caused by Maya. And telling like this, they try to console, but Chitraketu is not able to, hear all this. So the other wives who had killed the child mercilessly, they all lost their tejas. When we do a bad action, we lose our tejas. And so the other wives also suffered. Then Narada and Angiras gave a mantra upadesha to Chitraketu. And then Narada, he said, since you are still grieving for that jiva, that baby that died, here, he said, I will show you that jiva. And Narada, he brought that jiva, that soul which died before, he brought the soul and said, you please enter into your body, that body which was just killed, Here you enter into it. See, your father and mother are crying for you. You again enter into this body and try to please them and become their son. You want to do that. Narada has the power to make that happen. So the jiva they are showing, and the jiva Narada is telling, see, your mother and father are crying for you. The jiva is asking, Kasmin janmanyami mahyam pitaro mataro bhavan karmapi brahmyamanasya devatiryam nishu. Which janma these parents were my mother and father? In which janma? I have taken so many janmas. I have been born in many different type of bodies. I have become a bird. I have become a reptile. I have become a horse. I have become, a monkey. I have been born as an aquatic creature. I have been born in Devaloka. I have been born in Patalaloka. I have been born as human. I have been born as subhuman. I have been born as asura. In which birth these two were my parents? Jiva is asking, tasyāsmi putra iti yenda janmala ita. These were my parents. The moment Chitraketu heard, he got a flash. Wow, is that so? Chitraketu understood. And then immediately he gave up that infatuation for this child. The knowledge flashed in his mind. Tasyāsmi putra iti tasya gira vimoham tyaktva. He gave up all delusion. That infatuation, moham, it vanished in a flash by the grace of the Gurus. So, tvadarchana vidau, now I shall wholeheartedly devote myself to the service of Guru Vairappan alone. Only there is always bliss, always nectar, always amrita kundam, that is Guru Vairappan's leelas. Therefore, I shall not get entangled in this family samsara business again. Like this, Chitraketu started reciting that mantra that Narada has taught. And so, Tyaktva tvadarchana vidau nripatim nyayunta stotram chamandramapi नारदतोदलब्ध्वा तोषाय शेषवपुषो ननुते तपस्यन् विद्याधराधिपतितां सहि सप्तरात्रे लब्ध्वाप्यकुण्डमदिरन्वभजद्भवन्दम् स्तोत्रं च मन्त्रमपि नारदतोदलब्ध्वा तोषाय शेषवपुषो ननुते तपस्यन् विद्याधराधिपतितां सहि सप्तरात्रे लब्ध्वाप्यकुण्डमदिरन्वभजद्भवन्दम्. Mantra Upadesha from Narada, our Chitraketu, day and night, started repeating that mantra. In 7 days, he went higher and higher and higher, in the universe, as though he became the leaders of the Vidyadharas. So the Manusha Janma, we are somewhere in the middle of the universe. As we go higher and higher, we become celestials. They have higher level of intellect and wisdom and higher enjoyments. Like that, there are, Vidyadharas, Gandharvas, Siddhas, like this. There are different gradations. So now Chitraketu has become more than a human being. He has become a Vidyadhara. He has become the leaders in the Vidyadharas. Vidyadharadipatitam sai saptaratre within 7 days. And his Upasana Murti, Sankarshana Murti. Toshaya Sheshavapusho Nanute Tapasyan. Completely immersed in serving his Upasana Murti, who is Lord Sankarshana. And he attained the status of a Vidyadhara and then still continued his worship. That worship itself, it gives bliss, People will say, Are kya they are chanting 8 hours, what kya milta hoga? They do not understand the person who is doing that, they are getting the rest, which outside people cannot see. Why people will sit and chant? Because they get something inside. Something is coming inside. They feel the ananda inside. which they have to do it to understand it. Like that, Vidyadhara would head, he became the head of the Vidyadharas, but still his, more and more worship is increasing day by day. And now, Tasmai Mrinala Dhavalena Sahasrashiršnārūpena, Bhagavan gives darshan. Sankarshana Murti, he gives darshan now. Tasmai Mrinala Dhavalena Sahasrashiršnārūpena Baddhanudi Siddhaganavridena Pradurbavannačirado duhitṛibhiḥ datvā ātmattatvam anugrihya tirodadhāta tasmai mrināla dhavalena sahasrashiršnārūpena baddhanudi siddhaganavridena pradurbavannačirado duhitṛibhiḥ datvā ātmattatvam anugrihya tirodadhāta rūpena. So Bhagavan gave darshan. Bhagavan Guruvayurappan himself, he gave darshan as Sankarshana. Sankarshana is the form of Adishesha. He has 1,000 heads and is white. Dhavalena Sahasrashirshna. Tasmai Mrinala Dhavalena. He is a white form and thousands of heads and wearing beautiful sparkling earrings. Rupena Baddhanudi. And he is surrounded by all the Siddhas, Devaganas, all are standing around Bhagavan and chanting stotras in praise of him, and all are worshipping him. Like this beautiful darshan Chitraketu had of this Bhagavan Sankarshana Murti. Pradurbavannačirado, only in 7 days he got Bhagavad darshan, Sakshatkaram Aidithu. So, duhitṛibhiḥ, Bhagavan is pleased with him, and Bhagavan only gave Jnanopadesha. Tatvā ātmattatvam anugrihya tirodadhāta. Blessing Chitraketu, our Sankarshana Murti, blessed him and he vanished, disappeared. Now, Chitraketu is in that high state where he was 7 days ago crying for somebody. Now he is in that radiant state, which is full of that ananda, and all the other gods are all amazed at Chitraketu, and they are all worshipping him, and they are all amazed what a great devotee he has become. He became a crown jewel among your devotees, Guruvayurappa. Like that. Tadbhaktamauliratha sopicha lasadaṣṭabāhustasmai varshāni harshulamana bhuvaneshu kāmam sangapayan gunaganam tava sundaribhihi sangadhirekarahido lalitam chachara. Tadbhaktamauliratha sopicha lasadaṣṭabāhustasmai varshāni harshulamana bhuvaneshu kāmam sangapayan gunaganam tava sundaribhihi sangadhirekarahido lalitam chachara. Mamolirada sobija lasadaṣṭam varshāni harshulamana bhuvaneshu kāmam sangapayan gunaganam tava sundaribhihi sangadhirekarahido lalitam chachara. Varshani, lasadaṣṭam varshani. He was wandering like this for 1,00,000 years, many years, singing the glories and happily going from place to place, and all the Vidyadharas are all with him, and they are always reveling in singing the glories of Sri Hari and being immersed in bliss. Like this life continued for 1,00,000 years. Sangadhirekarahido, he did not get entangled in any other janjat and happily spending time. But it's not over yet. Not over yet. What happened next? Atyanta sangavilayaya bhavatpranunno nūnam sarupya girimāpya mahat samaje nishanga kridavallabha mangajarim tam shankaram parihasannu maya vishepe. Atyanta sangavilayaya bhavatpranunno nūnam sarupya girimāpya mahat samaje nishangam angakrita vallabam angajarim tam shankaram parihasan umaya vishepe. So 1 lakh years, many years, our Chitraketu is spending time in blissful time and singing the glories of Bhagavan, and no trouble, no problem, going on like this for a long time, and he's traveling in the Pushpaka Vimana, going from place to place. He's traveling everywhere, flying from one place to another. One time he passes the Kailasa Parvata. He's flying over the top of the Kailasa mountain, and there he sees Lord Shiva and Parvati, and they are sitting and there is a big assembly of sages. All have assembled there, and our Lord Shiva, he's having Mother Parvati on his lap, and Lord Shiva is giving jnana and giving katha to all the rishis who have assembled there. Among the people who have assembled, there are Sanaka the rishis, there is Narada Muni, there is Brahmaji. All great people are all assembled there, and our Lord Shiva is giving katha, but he is having Mother Parvati in his lap, and he is giving katha. अत्यंत संगविलयाय भवत्प्रणुन्नो नूनं सरूप्य गिरिमाप्य महत्समाजे निःशङ्गम् अङ्गकृत वल्लभम् अङ्गजारिं तं शङ्करम्. Without any having some consideration for what should be done in private and what should not be done in public, without thinking about that, why is the great Mahadeva, who even cursed Kamadeva and burnt him to ashes, that Mahadeva, why is he having the beautiful Devi on his lap in public like this? Chitraketu is questioning Lord Shiva in front of everyone. Lord Shiva, he did not mind. He is a always gentle and calm, and he loves Bhagavan Guruvayurappan and his bhaktas. He didn't say anything. But our mother Parvati, she got angry. Are ye kahan se aaya? Who are you? You know so much that you are telling about my husband, where in this assembly there are great sages like Sanaka the rishis, there is Brahmaji, there is Narada, there are great personalities here. They did not have any problem. Who are you? You came yesterday and you are questioning my husband like this. I curse you to become an asura. So Mother Parvati, Parihasan Umaya Vishepe, she cursed Chitraketu. So Nishangam Angakrita Vallabam Angajarim Tam Shankaram Parihasan Umaya Vishepe. Uma Devi got angry and she cursed Chitraketu to become what? Asura. Asura means opposite, Vimukha. Bhagavanodu enemy aitan. So long he is become such a great devotee of Guruvayurappan. Day and night only singing Guruvayurappan's glories. Did not get entangled in with anyone or anything. 1 lakh years spent like this. Now what happened? One apachara done to great God like Mahadeva. Everything was destroyed. All his punya, whatever, it is gone. He's become opposite. He's become an enemy. She cursed him to become an asura, means he's become an enemy of Bhagavan. Asura generally means you are on the other side. How did Jaya Vijaya became enemies of Bhagavan? Because they did apachara to Sanaka the rishis. Jaya Vijaya, they are servants of Guruvayurappan. They are guarding the Vaikunta. But when the rishis enter, they ridicule them and they stop them from entering. So apachara. done to a great divine personality like Sanaka the Rishis, it made him enemy of Bhagavan, right? So they have to be born in Janma that are where there is enmity to Bhagavan. So they became Asuras, Hiranyacha, Hiranyakashipu. So what makes us go against Bhagavan? Somewhere at some point we have done a bhakta apachara. That is why our mind turns away in the opposite way. So always be careful never to do apachara to bhaktas. Always. So now you are going to see in that shloka, Ritrasura will say, Aham hare tava padaiga mula dasanudaso bhavidasmi bhuyah. That shloka I'll tell in the next one. So now Chitraketu, being a devotee, became an opposite person. Why? He got cursed by Parvati Mata. She said, how dare you tell my husband? Tell about my husband like this in front of all other sages assemble? I curse you right now. Go and be born in the line of Asuras. Our Chitraketu is, it's somewhat stunned. Oh my God, what has happened? What would happen? Like such a curse has come. And so, but however, being a devotee of Guruvayurappan, he did not make excuse. He said, I accept your curse, Amma. I'm ready to bear the curse. Please forgive me. Please forgive me that I gave you pain. Please forgive me. Like this, he Nisambhramastvayamaya śāpaṁ. He did not ask for śāpaṁ or any shortcut. He said, I will fully bear this curse. Nisambhramas, he did not get perturbed. He did not get shaken or get angry at mother and give counter curse, nothing like that. Nisambhramastvayamaya śāpaṁ vritrāsuratvam. He became vritrāsura. Vritrāsuratvam upagamya surendrayodhi bhaktyātmatatvakathanai samare vichitram shatrorapi bhramam apasya gadah padam te. You think the story is over? No, not yet. Nisambhramastvayamaya śāpaṁ vritrāsuratvam upagamya surendrayodhi bhaktyātmatatvakathanai samare vichitram shatrorapi bhramam apasya gadah padam te. Sublime. I fully take responsibility. I shall go through this śāpaṁ. And so he is born as Vritrāsura. Surendrayodhi. Who is this Vritrāsura? Remember in the second shloka we said, in the third shloka we said, ṣaṣṭyā tadā duhitṛibhiḥ sṛijatāḥ kulaughān duhitrasunurata tasya sa vishvarūpaḥ. Remember Vishvarupa is the great grandson of ḍakṣa. So this Vishvarupa, his son is Vishvarupa, his son is this Vritrāsura. How did this Vritrāsura come about? How did Chitraketu became reborn as Vritrāsura? That background story is as follows. One time, Indra is sitting in the heaven in the beautiful assembly here, or he's in his kingdom, and in his palace there are his wife is sitting, Paulami, very beautiful wife of Indra is sitting next to him. He's sitting on the grand throne, and all the other devatas are all sitting, standing around him and putting chamaram for him. There is a white umbrella over his head. He's surrounded by prosperity, and all the people are all worshipping Indra. Like this, he's sitting in a grand assembly. At that time, Brihaspati, the guru of the devas, entered. 33 crores of devas, their guru is Brihaspati. He entered the assembly. Indra, too much overcome by pride and arrogance because of wealth, he did not immediately get up and receive his guru and did pranam. He did not get up. He continued to sit down. Brihaspati came, stood for a second, and he saw, oh, Indra is swollen with pride, and quietly Brihaspati walked out. He just left. He didn't say anything. He just left. After he left, Indra became, very restless. He said, "What have I done?" He was filled with deep remorse and regret. He said, "I did not welcome my guru. What's going to happen to me?" And he started feeling, something bad is going to happen. And so he went to look for his guru everywhere. He could not find him. Did not get darshan of guru. Then, as guru is displeased, slowly Indra there was no guru for the devas now, and their lustre and their energy was drained, and they lost all their radiance. Their tejas is gone. Now the asuras, they understood, devas are in a weak spot now, and so they started attacking in devas, and now the asuras became more powerful. Then the devas, Indra and the devas, they run to Brahmaji and said, "Oh Brahmaji, please protect us. What should we do? We lost everything because our guru is displeased with us. Please help us." So Brahmaji said, "You should take Vishwarupa as your guru." So Vishwarupa is the great, coming in the line of ḍakṣa, which we saw in the beginning of the chapter. So that Vishwarupa is a great Brahmana, is living by Unjavritti. He will only eat whatever is collected by Unjavritti, where they go house to house every day and collect some rice and grain, and they will cook that and eat like that. Unjavritti, we will see in villages like that. Our Guru Maharaj also, during Radha Kalyanam and all, you would have seen like that. Vishwarupa, great Brahmana, is living like this, but he has, father is Brahmana, but Amma has Asura connection. Vishwarupa, his father, even though Brahmana, there's little bit mixture. The mother's side has little bit connection of the Asuras. And so, whatever offering the Devas give, Vishwarupa gives part of the offering to Asuras. He gives to Devas, but also he has weak spot for his Asura mother. And so he gives part of the offerings to Asuras also. Indra became furious, and once he saw that his guru is doing like that, he cut the head of Vishwarupa. He killed his own guru Vishwarupa. And now Indra got Brahma Hatya Shapa. Brahma Hatya Shapa is the worst sin, killing a Brahmana, killing your own guru. So now Indra is totally drained of all energy, all radiance, everything lost. Brahma Hati Shapa. Again they go to Brahmaji, again they go to pray to Bhagavan. This is one thing about Devatas. They always do mistake, but they again fall at the feet of Bhagavan, say, "Please help." This is our life. We all make mistake, but again we say, "Krishna, forgive me, please bless me. How will I get over this problem? Please help." Again Devas will go, again they'll do prayer, again Bhagavan will bless. So again, Brahmaji blessed Indra, Bhagavan blessed Indra, then Indra's sin, Brahma Hati Shapa, the sin of Indra was shared by four people: earth, water, women, trees. Indra gave away his sin to earth. And what does it mean? The earth is accepting part of the sin, which means the earth also got a boon. Means whenever you dig the earth, the water comes, right? Bhumiya tondina water varum. Adu boon cuts, the earth has a boon. But earth also has some desert regions where there will not be any growth. So the earth has the sin of Indra. That's why there are desert regions where we are not supposed to do Veda and Yagas and everything. Then the women got part of the sin of Indra. The women get monthly menstruation because of Indra's sin. The women suffer that. But the women can also have continuous life with, even during pregnancy, have a loving relationship with husband even during pregnancy. That boon they got, but they also suffer the sin. Then the water has foam and other bubbles at the top. So only when they remove that, the people will drink the water, it seems. So the water also is taking the part of the sin of Indra. But the boon water got is whatever you fill with water, it increases its weight. So that is the boon the water got. Then the trees also, they took part of the sin of Indra. So when you cut the tree, there's something is secreted. That is the sin of Indra. But when you cut the branch of the tree, the branches always keep growing back. That is the boon. So all of these four, earth, water, women and trees, they took the sin of Indra. And then Indra also is in hiding for a number of years. And then he worships Bhagavan again. And then Bhagavan blesses him to, that Vritrasura is coming to attack. Now what happened? This Vishwarupa was killed. Vishwarupa's father, ḍakṣa, he is furious that his son was killed by Indra. So he arranges a yaga. And in that yaga, he's chanting a mantra and says, create a person who will destroy, who will destroy Indra. And so this Vritrasura is coming from that yaga Agni, and there was a little mistake in the pronunciation. So even though he said create a person who will kill Indra, there was a mistake in the pronunciation, and so it became create a person who will be killed by Indra. Ulta ho gaya. And so a fierce being emerged in the yaga, and an asura called Vritra. He's so tall as the sky, and he is giant arms like mountains, and his mountain is, huge mouth has big molars. He has a red hair everywhere, like this hair. And when the devas are all terrified looking at him, but they run and attack him with all kind of weapons, he swallows all their weapon. He's so strong that nobody could, stand in front of him and fight him. Such a big Vitra. Who is that? Chitraketu. Remember? That Chitraketu who had so much punya accumulated, that Chitraketu has become negative energy. But all the tapas he has done, that has come into negative energy now. The energy we always accumulate never goes waste. Whether it is positive or negative is the problem, right? So the energy will always remain. So the same energy which was positive at the previous birth, now it has become a negative force. So that Vritra is full of that tapas and so strong that no one can touch him. So Indra runs to Narayana, says, please, how will we kill this Vritrasura? And so Bhagavan says, go to Dadichi Maharishi and praise him and ask him for his backbone. Dadichi Maharishi, if you have to give your backbone, means you have to die, right? So Dadichi Maharishi is willing to give up his body for the sake of the devatas. He says yes. And so he gives up his body using his backbone. Dadichi Maharishi has done so much tapas. So that tapas shakti is there in his backbone, using which a new weapon was built, Vajra was built. And with this Vajra, you can attack Vritrane. Bhagavan blessed. Bhagavan, whichever side Bhagavan is, they will be victorious. No doubt about it. So Bhagavan has blessed. Indra may commit 100 mistakes, but Bhagavan, he always says, Krishna, sorry, please bless me. So every time Bhagavan blesses. So Bhagavan blessed him with the Dadichi Maharishi's tapas shaktiyala pannana and the Vajram, thunderbolt weapon. So using that, Indra and Vritra face each other in the battle and attack each other. And Vritrasura is so strong, but whatever Indra does, it's no match. But Vritrasura, after fighting for some time, he starts seeing Sankarshana Murti. And he remembers, he has the vision of his previous tapas and the previous blissful, meeting of Bhagavan. And that all that comes back to him and the jnana dawns on him. And suddenly Vritrasura says, "Oh Indra, I'm ready to die. I don't care anymore. My beautiful Lord Sankarshana is here to save me." Like this, our Vritrasura says four beautiful shlokas which shows the divine devotion pouring out of Asura like Vritrasura. So, whenever Bhakta has done all the sadhana Bhakta does in previous birth, never goes in vain. So Bhagavan gave him the jnana at the right time, and the divine love comes for Vritrasura. And even though he's facing his enemy Indra, he's giving Atma Upadesha to Indra. That is why it says, Shatrorapi Brahmam Apasya Gadah Padam Te Shatrod Brahmaya Kuda Pokinan. He removed the Ajnana and ignorance of the enemy. Who? Vritrasura. He gave advice to Indra, says, "You may go ahead and kill me." And he says, "Gurvairpa, aham hare tava padaigamula dasanudaso bhavitasmi bhuyah manasmare tasu pate gunamste grinitava karma karotu kaya." Aham hare, ಇದು ரொம்ப famous shloka. Many pravachan karta would give hours of pravachan on these four shlokas. Aham hare tava padaigamula dasanudasve Gurvairpa. Make me a servant of your devotees. Unnodu devotees ode servant. Dasanudaso, make me a servant of your servants. Right now in the previous birth, he was directly Bhagavan's servant. And little gadbad happened when he insulted Lord Shiva. So he said, if we are servant of Bhagavan's servant, we are protected. That vipat will not come. So better to hold on to a devotee rather than Bhagavan directly. Better to hold on to a dasa of Bhagavan. Then this type of ahamkara will not come. So he says, this time make me dasanudaso aham hare tava padaigamula dasanudaso bhavidasmi bhuyah manasmare tasu padir gunamste. May my mind always revel in your glories. May my words always speak your leelas. May I always hear your katha. My mind always have your smarana. இப்படி சொல்றான். Who? Vritrasura. He had the flash of Bhagavan and his love at the end. And then he says, na naga prishtam, na cha parameshtyam, na sarvabhaumam, na rasadhipatyam, na yoga siddhir apunarbhavam va samanjasatva virahaya kamshe. I do not wish for heavenly regions, no, the great, comfortable, luxurious regions in other places. I do not wish all this if it means that I have to be separated from you. I want to be where you are, whether it be Patala Loga, whether it be, Grihastha, I do not care. Just keep me, but you be with me. I'll go wherever you send me, but you be with me, Krishna. Like this he's praying. Then, Ajada Paksha Iva Mataram Khagaha. How much I miss you, Krishna? Like a little bird, it has not even feathers have come yet. And the mother went to get food for the bird. A small sparrow mother went to get food for its little child who just come out of the egg. But the mother got caught and it never came back. And the little child bird, fledgling, it's waiting. Where's my mom? Where's my mom? Never came. How much that bird would be waiting for the mother? Like that I'm waiting for you. Not only that, Ajada Paksha Iva Mataram Kagaha Stanyam Yada Vatsatara Chudartaha. Like a calf waiting for the mother cow to drink its milk. The mother cow is far away, it is tied up over there, and I am the calf. I do not have the energy and intelligence to run to her. She has to come to me. And when will she come? I'm waiting for my mother, like the calf waiting for the mother cow. Not only that, Priyam Priyeva Yushitam Vishanna, like a beautiful newly married girl waiting for her husband to return from work. He went on a military duty and he was supposed to come today. He's not come yet, and the beautiful maiden is waiting for her husband to come back day and night, looking, when will he come, when will he come? Like that, the Vritrasura says, I'm waiting for you, Krishna. When will you come? Manu aravindaksha didrikshate tvam. Not able to bear this separation from you, Guruvayurappa. When will you come and take me? Like this, he's begging to Guruvayurappan. Then he says, mumOcha shloka janeshu sakhyam. This is what he asks. Uttama mumOcha shloka janeshu sakhyam. Give me the sangha of your bhaktas. I do not ask for anything else. Please give me bhakta sangha. Give me sangha of bhaktas. Let me not samsara chakre brahmatasva karma vihi tvanmayaya atmajam dara geheshu asak. Do not give me sangha of those people who are engulfed in your maya and say, my house, my wife, my family, my property. Such people do not give me their association. Please give me association of your bhaktas. Then I will be safe. I will be able to always sing your leelas and my life will go happily. Krishna, give me sangha of your bhaktas. Like this, 4 shloka, very powerful. MumOcha shloka janeshu sakhyam samsara chakre brahmatasva karma vihi tvanmayaya atmaja dara geheshu asakta chittasya na natha bhuyat. So, like this beautiful shloka, Vritrasura said, and saying like this, Indra is stunned, looking at the bhakti of Vritrasura. He says, hey Vritrasura, you are going to attain Bhagavan. I am going back to becoming Indra only. But you, on the other hand, are so blessed that you have conquered the Vaishnavi Maya of Bhagavan. That Maya, Vishwamohini Maya. You have conquered that Maya and you are going to attain him. Wow, says Indra is stunned, looking at the bhakti of Vritrasura. Then Vritrasura says, now you can kill me, I'm ready to go. And then Indra puts that weapon, दधीचि महर्षि का bone से बनाया हुआ Vajra, he releases on Vritra, and Vritra is killed, and he attains Guruvayurappan. Indra becomes Indra. And so, this is the beautiful shloka, Bhaktyatmatattva-katanai samare vichitram shatrorapi brahmam apasya gadav padam te. All that 4 lines, so much story was there. Tvatsevanena didirindra vadodhyatapi तान् प्रत्युदेन्द्र सुहृदो मरुदो बिलेबे दुष्टाशयेऽपि शुभदैव भवन्निषेव तत्तादृशस्त्वमवमान् पवनालयेश त्वत्सेवनेन दिदिरीन्द्र पदोद्यतापि तान् प्रत्युदेन्द्र सुहृदो मरुदो बिलेबे दुष्टाशयेऽपि शुभदैव भवन्निषेव तत्तादृशस्त्वमवमान् पवनालयेश So again Diti. So this Deva Asura aspect is there in creation. There is always 2. There is good and evil. That is there in the world of Maya. If you want to go beyond good and evil, you have to transcend Maya. But in this world, there is good action, bad action. Deva, Asura. There is 2 in the Maya world, duality. So now again Diti, she is the mother of the Asuras. She is angry. So she wants again somebody to kill Indra. Indra is on the Devas. So Diti is the mother of Asuras. So she approaches her husband Kashyapa. Kashyapa is very interesting character for me. I would think, how the same father create one sect is Devas, another sect is Asuras. Same father. Mother is different, Aditi and Diti. But Kashyapa is the father for Devas, Kashyapa is the father for Asuras. So the Kashyapa வந்து Pashyakar, பார்த்துட்டே இருக்கார். ஒரு புள்ளகள் படுத்துறது ஒன்று சபத்தார், what to do? Father is very interesting for me, Kashyapa. So Kashyapa, he is telling Diti is telling her husband Kashyapa, I want children who will kill Indra. Kashyapa says, okay, you do Vrata called Pumsavana. And that Vrata, if you do correctly, you will have son who will kill Indra. but there is some gadbad she does during the vrata, and the children who are born, instead of killing Indra, they become friends of Indra. That is the sloka. Tan pratyudendra suhrudo, they became friends. Even though she wants Indra vadhotyadapi, she wants somebody to do vadham, kill Indra, but the children became suhrudo marudo belebe, they are called the maruts, and their story is also there. I'll tell another time. So they became friends of Indra. Tan pratyudendra suhrudo marudo bileve. This way, when you worship Guruvayurappan, even if you have bad intention, it will be turned to good. Dushtashayepi shubhadaiva bhavannisheva. Even for evil-minded people, the result will be good only. Shubham dan varum. Guruvayurappan will not allow evil to happen. So, dushtashayepi shubhadaiva bhavannisheva tattādrishastamavamam. This is a lovely story. All these words, even at that age, they had so much impact on me. I don't know how to explain that. Even it's very powerful. Dushtashayepi shubhadaiva bhavannisheva tattādrishastamavamam pavanalayesha Shri Krishnaya Parabrahmane Namaha. Only now I'm looking at the watch and I realized, wow, 10 o'clock. Very sorry, but this is the story. Like this, Shri Krishnaya Parabrahmane Namaha. Sandranandavabodatmakamανupamikam kaladeshavadibhyam nirmuktam nityamuktam nigamashadasahasrena nirbhasyamanam aspashtam drishtamaatre punarurupurushatatmakam brahma tattvam tattavadbhadi sakshat gurupavanapurie pandabhagyam jananam. Shri Krishnaya Parabrahmane Namaha.